Hello everyone, it is MG Kaler. I'm Ryan Donahue. I am an indie author, stay-at-home mom, and I run a blog called My Southern Cottage. And as I said in previous intros, I go by many names on the internet, many pseudonames, many of which are back from my cringy high school days and middle school days. I will talk about that today. I don't have the energy, nor do I feel up to it to do a full in front of the camera video. So I am going to be doing something that I hope to continue in the future on this channel, like maybe once a month, and it's going to be an art video where I do a story time. If you've seen like other art YouTubers like Bailey J or Emily Artful, they do this sort of thing. It's not going to be a regular thing on this channel, just like maybe once a month or when I need to fill in some content and I'm just too exhausted to do it. So enough with the intro. Let's talk about those other nicknames from the internet and how this channel is going to be changing related to those nicknames. So I'm going to divide this video up into roughly 3 parts, explaining my nickname, the origins of the nickname, and what's going to be happening with the channel in the future. We'll start with, I think, the basics. I'm going to refer to my drawing here as a way to explain my nickname. Back in middle school, I was one of the only girls, maybe one of 10, that liked anime. On top of liking anime, I was the only one that I knew of that liked Anne Rice, Dracula. Dracula with Gary Oldman was the defining moment of my childhood. That and Labyrinth and Dark Crystal. Those 3 definitely have played a major role in my sense of the world. Everyone was reading Harry Potter and The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I read those too. I love those. I prefer the movies of Lord of the Rings a little bit more than I like the books. Hobbit book, much better in my opinion than the movie, unless we're talking about the nostalgic cartoon. I like that one. But that aside, I also was like one of the only girls that had a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. I was one of the only girls that was interested in LARPing and stuff for the SCA, as well as Renaissance fairs and Dungeons and Dragons. I was what you would call weird and cringy because I wanted to be the goth girl, because the goth girl of my middle school was everything that I wanted to be. Why am I saying this? Because in one of these animes and mangas that I watched and or read, there was a hellhound. This very obscure manga that I read in middle school was called Hellsing. This one right here. I was the only one in my middle school that read this. So it was obscure up until I was in the middle of high school, and then everybody was reading it and watching it, and it was the Gonzo-verse, and I loved it. I watched all 13 of those episodes, and then the OVA started coming out, and I was absolutely in love. My favorite character out of the manga and the animes is Father Anderson, as well as Alucard. Father Anderson is number 1 though. Alucard number 2. Maybe switch that. It just depends. I like them both. They're both awesome. If you go to my old DeviantArt, you can see I was obsessed with this anime. And I'm bringing up the Hellhound for a very important reason. My nickname that I have gone by, I want to say for the past 6 to 7 years, is Mama Hellhound. For the reason of my group of friends that I have, we all were doing the Tumblr roleplay scene of Hellsing characters or related to Hellsing characters, as well as our own OCs. So the Hellhound represents everything that I wanted to do and wasn't able to do. It also represents my trauma, because in high school, when I was reading all of these books and watching all of these films and listening to all of this music, I was going through a very hard time, and the only group of friends that I actually had in high school, I no longer had at one point because we lived on opposite ends of the city, and I became part of the emo scene without realizing I had become part of the emo scene, because my trauma was manifesting into me cutting myself and doing self-harm in the form of an eating disorder. I was one of those girls that wore baggy pants and t-shirts and a sweatshirt, rocking my Nightmare Before Christmas messenger bag, as well as my trip pants when I could afford to buy them, and before Hot Topic stopped selling them. I'm still mad that Hot Topic is no longer Hot Topic. Bring back Hot Topic from the early 2000s. I fell into a very, very dark place in high school, and the only thing that was keeping me afloat was writing my novels, watching anime, and artwork. It wasn't until I joined the military and started seeing a psychologist and a psychiatrist, because once again, I got traumatized in the military, that I started working on myself and working through things. I'm bringing the Hellhound back for a reason. In therapy, we were supposed to take, this was my therapist's form of dealing with trauma and self-esteem issues, was think of everything negative in your life as a mythical creature. Something that was hard to control, hard to tame. That way you could tame it as you started to take control of your life and learning new coping mechanisms and finding ways to make yourself feel good about yourself. And I picked the Hellhound because the Hellhound image was with me through all of that garbage in school. It was in the shadows with me on some of the worst nights of my life, and listening to the anime in the background so I could fall asleep was let's just say that this particular anime is a comfort for me. I watch the Gonzoverse and the OVAs whenever I can, when I'm feeling like I just need to watch something. People watch Friends as comfort or some other sitcom. No, I watch freaking Hellsing. Or I'll watch The Labyrinth, or I'll watch something weird that people don't associate with comfort, but I do, because during that time when this hellhound was born, these things of media were with me. And as I started going through therapy and started working on the things outside of therapy, I started to transform this hellhound into a new creature. And I had to think of a creature that was easy to control, easy to tame, easy in the sense of this cute little blob is everything that I've worked towards. And the only creature that I could think of was a Pomeranian. And I absolutely love this mental image of this tiny little black Pomeranian being a hellhound. And the anime trope of the cute little chibi animal and the light shines on it and the evil creature that it actually is on the wall. That's this Pomeranian. Even though I have worked through all of this trauma and have healed as much as I can, and I am still healing, it is still a hellhound. It is still my shadow, and I still have to work on it. This hellhound represents me, my darkness inside when it comes to trauma and self-esteem issues, as well as my eating disorder that I had. All of the things that I did that hurt me in the past, and everything that I wanted to be is this creature. And I want to share this creature with you. I told you that I liked anime. I like Dungeons and Dragons. I love Renaissance fairs. Seriously, I wish I could make my house look like a time traveler lives here with things from all of these things that I like. I want medieval forest witch mixed with 1940s diesel punk. I want my house to look like a magician's workshop. I want everything that I love to be on display, not only in my house, but in my clothing, in my makeup, as well as this channel, and I want to share it with you. This little hellhound I have named Lili, and Lili is going to be a part of this channel. I am going to be changing things up, and she's going to be front and center as the mascot of who I want to be and what I want this channel to be. No more trying to figure out what the trends are and working within the trends. No, I don't care if I ever get trendy. I don't care. What I care about is sharing the things that I love and doing the things that I love, and that's all that matters, because I am 31 years old, and I have waited 31 years to finally do what I've wanted to do. I couldn't do it in middle school, I couldn't do it in high school, and I sure hell couldn't do it in the military. But I can do it now. And my daughters can grow up watching their mom do the things that she loves with no shame, and they are going to grow up loving the things that they love with no shame. My middle daughter loves dinosaurs, and I want to encourage that it is dinosaurs and dragons. My oldest daughter wants to be a princess race car driver, or a veterinarian that rides motorcycles and races motorcycles. I don't know. She just wants to do so many things, and I love it. My second child just wants dinosaurs, and I have no idea what she wants to do. She doesn't know what she wants to do, but it has to involve dinosaurs. So maybe she will make us the newest dinosaur movie or something. I have no idea. My youngest one is keeping me up at night. I am sleep training her, but I will teach her to love herself and love the things that she does. I will teach her everything that I know how to do hobby-wise, all of them. I will teach them to cook. I will teach them to crochet. I will teach them to sew. And I will let them build their little mini worlds and encourage those mini worlds as much as I can. Because having everything that you love growing up ridiculed or feeling like you are the only person that loves the things that you love is the worst feeling. And right now I feel like I just want to do what I love. And Lili is going to lead the way and be the mascot for all the things that I love. I want to show you guys the books that I'm writing. I want to show you the artwork I'm working on. I want to show you the clothes that I'm making, as well as me trying to join the SCA. I want to show you food recipes. I want to be weird on camera and show you the things that I'm doing with my daughters, and possibly getting my husband on camera so you can see our playful dynamic, because I answer the phone when he calls of "what do you want, nerd?" as well as other things. Like, we have a weird relationship because he's nerdy too, and he does his weird things, and I want to show you guys what he does. He loves Magic the Gathering and video games. He also does paracord wrappings and paracord jewelry. He does woodworking and laser cutting. He is obsessed with like military stuff, especially naval stuff. He likes weird things, and I want this channel to be me living my best weird self with my husband and my kids, and showing you guys that weirdness is okay, and to embrace that really cringy side that you've been hiding, because it's okay. Everybody has a cringy side. I remember being in the emo subgroup of high school, and oh boy, do I have pictures. Like, I have pictures. I am 31 years old, and it took me 31 years to get the confidence in myself to finally say, this is me, and I'm gonna do what I want. And I didn't realize this until I was making this picture, because I wanted to redraw this old artwork. And I am so happy that I did this. It's a breath of fresh air, honestly. So nothing's really going to change except for some branding on my website, as well as the channel. I'm going to be working on a new logo, title screen, and I can't wait to show you guys. I've got some things that I want to do that's related to motherhood that I want to show you. I want to show you some of the crafts that I'm working on. Oh, so many big plans. And I'm going to do them not quickly, because I have a newborn baby and making videos is really hard, but I'm going to show you everything. And I'm so excited. And if you've made it through this ramble of a video, I am so happy you stayed. And hopefully we can be weird together, and I will actually have enough energy to put on my makeup and wash my hair and brush my hair instead of, being a zombie with a newborn. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video now, and I'm looking forward to this, and I hope you're looking forward to this as well. Until the next video, I'll see you later.